think he hadn't pitted yet, so he was on old tires and just.
Yeah, I mean, you see this seam right here. So this sealer, those are two different sections of pavement that are joined with the sealer. And sometimes on old tires, when you hit that, it'll get a little wiggle in your car. And when you're on used rubber, sometimes that can be the difference to flick you sideways. But one thing Connor's going to learn is when you get that sideways, it can hook on you. You know, if you're that sideways, you almost got to jump on the brakes because
Rossi was that sideways for 10 laps just about. So, I mean, he was the last guy that was still out there on old tires and hadn't pitted yet. Hinchcliffe,
in a way,
have not pitted yet. So,
in a way, having Newgarden's car there probably dampened Connor Daly's impact tremendously. Well, it probably saved him from a huge frontal impact.
Absolutely. You see that car come up off the ground when it was being pushed into the wall by Daly's car. So that shows you that the second impact was very, very hard. You see reverse camera angle from Hinchcliffe's car.
Got one in the fence. Yep.
It's the snap that happens so quickly on board with Scott Dixon.
Oh, he's got some damage there too.
That's gonna hurt. That his right front wing is damaged for sure. Maybe suspension.
Riding along the wall, but that car is completely destroyed.
And not only was the upside down helmet first, he had Daly's car pushing him against the wall. Connor, this is welcome sight here. Connor Daly out and walking away from his car.
The roll bar on the top, the roll bar on the car did its job. It's smashed up, but it is still intact and there. So,
and this is the best thing I've seen in a while. Shaken, obviously, but Joseph Newgarden standing on his own with help from the home ultra safety crew, kind of pointing when he got there to his shoulder and also to his head, letting them know that he had had contact. He is definitely shaken, but the idea that he is standing outside his car is the most welcome sight we've seen.
In a bit of, you're in shock right now. So look, he's completely in shock.
Let's go back and take a look. Up at the top of your screen,
Connor got loose. And Connor just got loose, corrected, and went up into the track into Joseph. And now Joseph's upside down, and the front spins around, and Connor's car pushing it right into the wall, into the safer barrier. It's a good thing that was safer barrier and not concrete.
Friendly Ann has those electrodes in her back.
Sound of it. And the violence that you see with which Connor's car snaps. Watch this. He gets loose and now he's going to correct. Wow.
Vicious crash. So we are attending to have his helmet off.
Right shoulder is what he keeps. Now they have a system to remove the helmet that's called the hats off device. So it's a little bag between your head and the top of the helmet with a pneumatic tube, and it allows the safety officials to put air into the tube, expand the bag so that the helmet is pushed off the top of your head as opposed to pulled. And they're going to get probably the backboard ready, and man, this guy's just been through a ride. Look at the destruction and the devastation on that car. We talk about the speeds here and how quick it happens and how long it can go. And thank God no one else was involved in that. Once those cars were sliding helplessly for burying the wall, we're going to get another start and finish. You can hear the sound resonate down the safer barrier once the contact. I was just going to say, for the truck race, after the truck race, the truck, and ironically it was Dale Coyne. Look at the hole in the safer barrier, guys. So when this happens, they're going to have to replace this entire section. This whole steel membrane here is going to have to come out and get replaced. That is, I know from experience, unfortunately, that when you put a hole in the safer barrier, that means that you're registering at least 50 G's in impact to punch that kind of hole through the safer barrier. While they tend to Joseph Newgarden, he waves, and as we said, the idea that he climbed out of the car and stood there before sitting down and now gives a thumbs up and a wave to the crowd. He is hurt, but it's great to see him. He was upside down at Indy last year, and you know, we talk about the dome skids and the flaps and such on the cars. This was a kind of a different deal, but it was good to see them stay down as much as they did. We didn't see them way up in the air, and that is good news. But that, look at the damage. And Paul, you pointed it out, the roll bar completely, absolutely gutted.